Unpopular opinion incoming. You ready? You don't barge into a memorial for someone who has died of breast cancer, yelling, screaming, and demanding attention for prostate cancer. You don't do that. See, some of y'all have been so performative in your activism for so long that you've lost the plot. Some of y'all are either so far removed or just so inundated with what has gone on in this country that you're numb to the fact that Black churches were bombed just like Gaza is being bombed. Black churches were the only places that Black people and brown people and Native people and Asian people had the autonomy to meet and strategize and plan to actually have rights in this country. I am a person that believes that protest is supposed to be disruptive. Absolutely. I am also a person who believes that for your protest to be disruptive and effective, it has to be planned out and strategized properly to elicit the proper human emotion in support of your cause. And you know what these just did at Mother Emanuel? They have now separated an entire demographic from ever supporting them because you came and stomped on somebody else's pain for a pain on behalf of some other people that you don't even know. These are the people that you can reach. These are the people who are tangible to you. These are the people who are in your community, and you on them because you want to be performative for social media. Admit the truth, because at the end of the day, what you're proposing is not going to help the people whose backs you're standing on claiming to protest in for them, okay? You're not helping the people of Palestine by on what happened to Black people in this country. And if you wanted to protest Joe Biden, do that outside or pick somewhere else. Don't come and stomp on the graves of Black people who have been through more in their lifetimes than you will ever go through in your iPhone holding ass life. And for those of you who think that change happens overnight, wake your stupid up, because it doesn't. Bad change happens overnight. Oppressive change happens overnight, but change for the people is a slow, laborious process that you have to maintain and you have to be continually striving for. But y'all done gave up on that, and now you just want to be performative for the gram. There are starving people in your city that you don't do nothing for. There are babies dying in your city that you don't do nothing for. But you all over this app yelling and screaming for people gazillions of miles away who don't even give a about you. That's what you're doing. That is not being an empathetic human being. That is somebody being performative and who wants to jump on the latest bandwagon so that you can look like a good human being, but you're not actually being a good human being. That's what y'all problem is. You so performative for social media, you're not being an actual real life human being. And the sad part is you're yelling, screaming, and hollering about that got taken away from somebody else, but you don't realize that finna get taken away from your ass because you want to be performative. You don't want to learn about our system. You don't want to participate in our system. You don't want to do the things that will actually help us as a people and as a country. What you want to do is get followers and get likes and get monetized content and feel like you making a difference when all you doing is making a mess. And that at its core is narcissistic as you are not a person who cares about your community or the society. You are a person who cares about making yourself feel good. You are doing social activism as masturbation, and you are not planting a seed that will grow anything positive anywhere. You are destructive, you are divisive, and you are ignorant to how the world actually works. I advise you and implore you to please go learn how the system works and then join up with people who are actually working to change the system, because you can't change this yelling in the streets. You have to get your hands in the dirt. You got to stand your in lines and vote strategically for yourself. You're not voting for candidates to win a game. You're voting so that you can stay free. All the Black people don't owe us. So if they want you to get out of the spaces that they have maintained and cultivated and built off of the blood, sweat, and tears that they put into their fights, if they want you to get the out their space, spaces with your performative they have every right to say that shit and every right to kick your ass out, period. And you for disrespecting the pain of your own community members just to make a splash and to make the news and to be performative for social media. You dryly for thinking so little of the 9 people who died in that place. That's why it's hallowed ground. It's not hallowed ground because we subscribing to white Christianity. It's hallowed ground because people's blood is in the foundation. Yet here we are in the age of information where it is easy as hell for everybody to not only learn how our system works, but to work it to our benefit if you organize and strategize properly. But instead, you want to be emotional and have high emotions and low progress. How the does that help anyone? Y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better. You have to learn how our system works so that you work it to your benefit, and you have to be respectful of the separate causes that are all geared towards the same freedom and progress for everybody in society. But you cannot on people in pain already. That is not how you get anything done. And you yelling and screaming at Joe Biden and trying to influence people not to vote for him ain't gonna do but hurt the people of Palestine more and hurt your dumb in the process. And you can be mad at me all the you want to for prioritizing my community over a global issue that I can't singularly do anything about unless I walk my to a voting booth and make sure the GOP has no power to oppress anyone on this planet anymore. And y'all for making the wrong political, because this has nothing to do with politics, but it has everything to do with humanity. And we could use politics to improve humanity, but y'all don't want to learn how to work the system to our benefit. So here we are in another emotional performative mess. How the does that help Palestine, huh? How? Explain it. Quick in summation. Sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around another countries who got a whole nother leader that we can't do about. We could actually effect some change somewhere else if you learn how our system works and work it to our benefit and keep the GOP out of power, but you don't want to do that because that's not trending on Twitter. This is where y'all go wrong. Vote!